Welcome into Washington High School for on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by our broadcast partner, Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Big thank you to Todd and all the folks at WCHC, such an important community partner. Thank you for supporting Demon Athletics. This is Washington Volleyball. We were here just 24 hours ago for the Demons, and we're back for the Washington Demon pregame show, brought to you by the A&C Williams Agency of Farm Bureau Financial Services. My name is Jack Nolan, along with my partner, Zeph Walker-L. Zeph, like I mentioned, we were just here yesterday, a little bit deja vu for Washington Volleyball as the Demons are getting warmed up for their second Southeast Conference match of the season. They will play Fairfield tonight. They are fresh off a tough match, I should add, against Mid-Prairie. Last night, Zeph lost 3-0 against the number 4 team in Class 2A. I thought Washington, for the most part, held their own in that match. And with such a quick turnaround, Zeph, how do you flush that, do you think, if you're Coach Aaron Six and the players? Because obviously a disappointing result is a disappointing result no matter how good the team you're playing is. And it's another good team Washington has tonight in Fairfield.
You know, the best thing about sports is that there's always going to be another game. And if you carry on with the mentality of like, oh, we lost and you're down on it, it's just going to carry on to the next game. So you've got to just eliminate it, chalk it up. It's an L. Now today we got to get the W, the Washington way, right?
Absolutely. Washington and Fairfield, a long history against one another. Fairfield leads in this series dating way back to 2007, 36-7 overall. Sounds a little bit one-sided. Washington's wins, however, came in 2019. They picked up 2 of them, 2021, 2022, and then 2 in 2024. So it is actually the Demons riding a 2-game win streak heading into today. One of those wins as well came in the SEC tournament last year. They won 2-1. It's been a competitive series, Zeph, in recent years, despite the overall record in favor of Fairfield.
Yeah.
How does Washington kind of build on that momentum? This is a team that they've been able to beat and kind of had their number. You've got to think Fairfield's going to have that in their minds coming in to try and exact some revenge on the road in front of these fans. You know, if you're Washington, what's your mindset like to keep that streak going and slowly kind of reverse the overall trend that this rivalry has seen record-wise?
Well, with the last 2 meetings going Washington's way, you've just got to lean on that same momentum that got you those wins last season. A lot of these same girls on the team, they played in those wins. So it's almost like you know what to expect. The scouting is there. Now just bring that same energy that led you to those 2 wins last year, and let's do it again. And if they meet them again, beat them again, because they have to change that trajectory. 36-7, that is a bit scary when you look at it on paper, but knowing that they have those last 2 under their belts, it's almost like you got to lean on what worked and go away from those errors. No errors tonight. There's going to be a few, but the errors will be the downfall if we have them.
We'll talk about those as the game goes on in terms of what each team could expose tonight. Just going back to those matches, you go back to the 2024 SEC tournament, you can use this for some player spotlights. For Fairfield, Elise Setterstrom had 10 kills in that game. Faith Jones, who's someone we're going to talk about a lot tonight on the Fairfield side, yes, 28 assists in that one. Washington, Leighton Messenger, 14 kills. Layla Green had 13 kills. Messenger and Green have been a bit of a good duo in this matchup. In the regular season in 2024, when these 2 teams met, it was actually Messenger with 11 kills, and Green led the team with 12. You don't often see Leighton Messenger not leading these teams in the kills department. And, you know, the funny part I'll also highlight about this, Zeph, 4 times in 2022 these 2 teams played one another. 3 times in the regular season, again in the SEC tournament. You know, again, like you mentioned, some of the players on both of these teams would have been, you know, younger additions at the time.
Yeah.
But, you know, very much still know the beef and know the feeling, and those were all Fairfield wins, by the way, in 2022.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they have to look at that. You know, when you look back on paper, like, man, historically we were bad against this team, but they have the opportunity to change history, make history. Every single win is history. Every single one. That's a rare occasion when it comes down to teams that are just going to see each other because they're in the same conference, but every single win is historic. And you look back at that and you see Fairfield taking so many consecutive wins. That's a bit daunting. But now they've got it. They've got the power to do so. And I think it's great to mention that in the previous game, 2 games ago when they beat Mount Pleasant, that's the same team that beat Fairfield in the tournament. They've got a bit of a leg up.
Washington does have the kind of common opponent win here. That will do it for the pregame show brought to you by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. We'll send it to a quick break. When we come back, set number 1. This is going to be a good one here tonight at Washington High School. You're listening to Washington Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience. The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kielder my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Here at The Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace. Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Flowers. Yes, read that about we talk on all over the world. Out of
There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page. Volleyball season has arrived, and Fairway sets all the savings all year long. With a variety of fall favorites and sports season must-needs, no one does it like Fairway. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience. The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Welcome back to Washington Volleyball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Big shout out as well to Dave and his crew at Fairway Meat and Grocery in Washington for their support of our live streaming broadcast. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker-L, ready to get set for set number one between Washington and Fairfield. Two teams in the SEC, two teams 1-0 in the SEC as well. Fairfield actually tops the conference, coming in at 8-2. Burlington, the other team, with one win so far. They are 11-4 overall, and it's the Demons at 4-7. It's a Washington team that's tested itself against a lot of good teams. But Zeph, despite your overall record, they are 1-0 in conference after those wins that you brought up in the pregame show over Mount Pleasant. Fairfield has 2 losses to the Panthers, but they were in tournament play. Don't count toward the record. So a clarification on that. But we are set to go for set number one. Reagan Miller gets it started in a dig a little bit wayward. Well dug out there by the libero there for Fairfield. Now and hard off the blockers.
Good defense.
Miller almost drops it home. Another good dig that time by Isabel McCready. He's got the libero uniform on. Miller over for Mitch. In the back row, long rally for the first point of the match. That gets down and Fairfield wins it.
That was well earned. That was well earned.
1-0 Trojans, well earned indeed. Some nice shots there by Isabel McCready, the junior. She's wearing that orange libero shirt, number 24.
If we're gonna see this all game, I'm here for it.
I think we're both expecting a very even battle. Reagan Miller tries to set that one up. Lauren Drahota has to dig it over. Miller for Mitch again. She mishit that one, and an error will give the second point of the match to Fairfield. So a 2-0 start for the Trojans. We saw a 3-0 start for Mid-Prairie to open set number one in that, Zeph. You go back to what you said the pregame show. The errors for both of these teams going to be big to watch in the serving and at the net. Over for Mitch on the right side that time.
Great. That was a redemption play right there, because she had an error, she backed it up. You know, if you do make an error, you've got to just come back and show that it was a hiccup, but we're back in it, we're locked in.
It's a mental game, 1 point at a time. Mitch getting it done on the right side that time. She serves.
Good serve.
They're up to the left side of Fairfield. Miller sets it up for Leighton Messenger this time, and Messenger, the first time we've called her name, is the Demons' second point. Not too unexpected there. The leader in kills for this team. Someone who has plenty of familiarity with this Fairfield team, has played all throughout the years against the Trojans.
Yeah, she's coming into the game with 83 kills on the season.
That one takes a tough bounce, and the Demons flipping that 2-0 deficit into a 3-2 lead with Mick still at the controls. Taylor Mitch, another veteran senior for this team. 34 kills heading into that Mid-Prairie game. Farmer for Miller. Drahota hits it hard off the blockers and wins another point for Washington.
You know, when you're bouncing back off of a loss from last night, there's no playing around there. You can feel the energy.
Certainly.
These ladies are ready to play.
Certainly can. Big student section for the Demons. Decent traveling cohort for Fairfield. Not too far of a drive. That one goes down.
That was nice.
Pretty block that time for Layla Green. And Zeph, I'll point out, going back to that Mid-Prairie game, you saw Faith Jones there try to go for that quick set over the net. That was something that Mid-Prairie had a lot of success in, Washington adjusting to at that time.
Great coaching by Aaron Six there.
Jones, that one's mishit by Maddie Martin. Wasn't the best set by Jones. It's 6-2 now, Demons. Bit of a run.
I want to highlight Layla Green here. She is leading in blocks for the team, and she's on the coattail of Layden Messenger with 55 kills this season. Make that 56 with that one there.
She had 176 last year. Good offensive, good two-way player for this Washington team. Fairfield wins the point back. Lexi Mast, a sophomore, is going to check in for Maddie Martin, who is third on this Fairfield team in kills. Mast herself has played in every match, no starts. She goes back to serve. Does not have a kill or assist this season. Fairfield might need her today to contribute in that department. Instead, a service error, and it's 7-3 Demons.
Got a couple subs for our Demons over here. They're switching lineup up.
Got Messenger at the net now. Lauren Drahota, one of the starters, still over there. Layla Green serving. Up and over. Punched up by Miller. Keeps it alive.
That was great.
Green just digs it over. Jones over to the far side, and there's a point for the Trojans. Leah Helmick with that kill. She's not far behind in this kind of race within the Trojan squad to be the leader in kills. She has 41 coming in to this match. Natalie Steele will serve. She is the leader with 55 kills. Dug up nicely. Miller over for Messenger, floats it over.
That
was nice. Great control by Leighton Messenger. And those are the points, Steph, again, going back to that Mid-Prairie game. It felt a little uneasy when Messenger was on that left side. Some of the shots you normally see go in for her were kind of not. Seems like she has the touchback today. That serve dug up poorly that time. And I don't believe, Zeph, we've seen a service error by Washington yet tonight. That efficiency is one of the bigger question marks heading into that Mid-Prairie game. They are last in the SEC in serve efficiency, which is the rate you get your serve.
It's like you jinxed it there. I was going to say, don't say
I will put a hand up to the Demon fans for that one as soon as I say there is the first service error of the game for Washington. That is a tough one. I now know how these college football announcers feel when they miss field goals. Karis Miller over for Messenger. She wins the point right back.
That was huge. Statement right there.
And it's about how you respond as Messenger checks out of the game for Lily Brown, another senior. Taylor Miksch coming back in, replacing Kendall Conway, a junior who is appearing in her 10th match of the season.
The Demons are the first to touch double digits.
10-5, a almost complete reversal of this Mid-Prairie game. And I don't want to double down, but you saw that serve. We've had a couple digs on the Fairfield back line that have not been very well dealt with.
You know, it seems like Fairfield isn't really all here. The communication is lacking.
That one too deep by Washington, so service error number 2. It makes it an 11-6 game. A couple more subs for the Trojans. Maddie Martin, Mallory Wiggle back in. Wiggle, the senior, will serve. Miksch gets it back. That one hammered off the wall, saved by Sarah Berto, who will dig it over. That one hit hard, though, and no Demon there. Jaden Haynes, another player whose name I'd expect to call a lot tonight. She is lower on this deep Trojan roster in terms of kills with just 21, but had 119 last year. That was good for second on a Fairfield team that didn't have the best season coming out of 2023 as Washington wins another point there.
That was a great IQ play by Ellie Farmer. She waited. She could have reacted, but she waited and saw it was going out of bounds.
It's the composure you need from your libero. Considered the best defensive player on the team usually. Has to have that kind of composure to know when not to defend. That one goes up and down, and there's Layla Green. Washington's going to take those all day long. It's 13-7.
Those some strong high fives. They got to remember they use their hands in this game. But you got to love it. You got to love the intensity, though.
Farmer back there serving. That one's tapped over. Nice placement. That time it's Haynes again. To go back, just looking at both teams coming in, we know Washington's record. They went 18-16 last year, won the SEC tournament. They beat Fairfield on their way to that. But this is a Fairfield team that made it to the semifinals in the Class 3A District 8 tournament in 2023. Last season, not as great, but bring back a ton of talent. Washington on top here, though. Jones wants it over the back line by Natalie Steele. Other side, Reagan Miller goes cross court and drops that just in front of the back line.
The Demons have come to play. What game last night? What game? What game?
Karis Miller making way. It's Lauren Drahota. Hearing, no, you are not watching a Mississippi State football game. Those cowbells are on the Fairfield side. If you can hear them. Farmer, Reagan Miller over and down again by Green, and again mishandled by the back line there.
Layla Green is showing up. She's right front and center in every play, front and center.
This is a player who we talked about in the pregame has had Fairfield's number individually, led Washington in kills when they played in 2024 in the regular season. Had 13 of them in the SEC tournament game. (15-8) Demons over for Miksch. Again, difficult to handle, and after some early nice plays by Isabel McCready, she's had a couple of miscues, and that's going to trigger a Fairfield timeout with Washington doubling up the Trojans right now, 16-8, and the Demon fans, Zephyr, letting them hear it.
Yeah. I'm loving the play today. I'm loving the play today. Like I was saying, it's almost like yesterday was non-existent because today their foot is on the gas and they are not letting up. They're composed. They're moving all their call-outs. Everyone's aware of what's going on. No one's rushing. Not too many errors. This is the Demon basketball. Demon volleyball.
We'll get there. You can stream. You will be able to stream Demon basketball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Yes, this is the Demon volleyball that wins games. This is what we want to see.
And if you're Coach Six as well, I mean, you have to wonder what he told them. I'll be curious to pick his brain if this keeps going, how it goes. I expect it to be a very close match. I expect a Fairfield response, but either way, we'll be curious to know just how he got his team refired up. Obviously, energy is a big factor, both physically and mentally, given they just played yesterday. But so far, so good. Washington looking to finish out this first set. Nice play at the net that time. Miller for Miksch. Far corner. Another point for the Demons. 17-8 as Taylor Miksch adds another kill.
Unfortunately, the trend did not continue. Fairfield did not come out that timeout looking any different right there.
Another serve on point for Washington, but Farmer was just a touch too tall. They need to be maybe one step back and would have been in a good spot to set that up, but mistimes it there. Bella Buckley coming into the game, the junior for Fairfield. 9 appearances this season, 17 kills for her. A good player off the bench for the Trojans. Set up well by Jones. There is Buckley, though, and she maybe comes in a little bit cold. Gets fed right away by the strong setter Jones, but hits it into the net.
The might get scary. We got Leighton Messenger back in the game.
Mix and Messenger, the two leaders in kills for Washington, both out there. Mix was serving when Washington went on maybe its best run of the game earlier in the set. Reagan Miller puts that one for Green. Nice play off the blockers. Saved by Washington. That one off the net and dug over quickly, but a net violation gives a point for the Demons. It was a nice idea that time by Natalie Steele. She's trying to get it over quickly, but I believe touched the net. So 19-9. Washington continuing to pour it on in set one. That one mistimed, and it's 20-9.
We need to give this unit a nickname. Call them the Boom Squad or something, because when they're all on the floor and they're playing, the gear's going, it's no stopping them.
This is Washington's three best hitters on the floor right now, and Mix Messenger and Layla Green. Got Messenger and Green both at the net. When they're able to set it up right for one of them to just hammer it right in front, it's difficult for any team to get to. That one gets down though for Fairfield. A much needed point for the Trojans makes it 20-10. A couple of subs coming in for Fairfield. Leah Helmick and Lexi Mast are back into the game. Mast back to serve. (20-10) set number one. Washington Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Messenger tried to power that one over. Took a kind of a weird bounce off the net there.
Yeah, I was confused on which way the official was going to call that. It seems as though it should have been Washington's point, but we don't call the points.
Bounced off the net. I think in out of play. Looked like it might potentially was going to come off a Fairfield blocker, but Messenger comes right back.
She said, "Give me my point back."
Instead of going cross court, goes down the line.
Give that point right back. You know when they say ball don't lie?
So it's 21-11. Once again, Washington doubling up Fairfield. Making about as loud of a statement as you can make in this conference rivalry matchup. And another serve takes another gnarly bounce off of Isabel McCarthy, or McCready, excuse me, 22-11.
Fairfield's just getting outplayed here.
Brady gets that one over, but too long, and the Demons 2 points away. Layla Green taking her time.
She's locked in.
It's that one, Date McCready. Just has to be dug over. Miller able to set it up for Drahota, and that one, Fairfield thought it was going to run deep. It did not. That has been the story of this set for Washington. These shots that have been closer near the back line are taking deflections off of that back row for Fairfield.
That's got to be a skilled type hit. Like hit it right there to make the defense think it's going out of bounds, and they don't defend it properly.
1 point away for Washington from a dominant set one victory. Miller over for Messenger.
Oh, yeah.
That hits the back line and goes down, and it is the Demons all over set number one, winning it 25-11. We'll send it to a quick break and come back for set number two. You're listening to Washington Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, our team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Washington Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Thank you to everybody over there and what they do. Demons lead this match 1-0 as they took a commanding lead in the first set. A little over 10 points, I believe. Let's see if the Demons can keep up this same momentum they had the first half. Strong play, highlight player Layla Green in that first set. She was just everywhere you needed to be, right in front of the net, blocking, getting kills, setting up her teammates. Really good showing from her. Let's see if Fairfield can make a comeback here and show some strength in this game. The setup there by good dig by Ellie Farmer. Oh, and just a disconnection from the team over there for the Demons. Fairfield opens up the set 1-0. Faith Jones to serve for the Fairfield. Good dig by Ellie there. Layla Green with a strong hit over the net, tying this game up early, reminding Fairfield that they are not just going to get a point and get away with it. Substitution as Lauren Drahota checks into the game. Reagan Miller to serve. Gets it right over the net there. Sets up Lauren Drahota. Soft touch there by Fairfield. Oh, good save there by Fairfield. And just a little too much on that one from Taylor Micksh as Fairfield takes a 2-1 lead. The first set, we saw a lot of back and forth early on in the game, and then Washington just took off, extending the lead past 10 points to win the first set. Lexi Mast with an ace there, serving it up and getting another point for her team in Fairfield. The Trojans are looking to tie this one up. They don't want to go down 2-0 as Lexi Mast sets up for another serve. That one was just a little too close to the net. An error made there by the Fairfield Trojans. Taylor Mick to serve for the Demons. Strong hit there from number 14, Natalie Steele for the Trojans. She walked into this game with 55 kills on the year. You can hear the student section from the Fairfield Trojans over there. Good way to save that one there, Demons. Now we got a bit of a rally here. And Leighton Messenger with the point to keep the Demons alive here in this set. Didn't want to let Fairfield get too many points ahead on that one. Substitution as we have Addison Miller checking into the game for Ellie Farmer. What a serve by Layla Green as the Trojans just weren't able to respond. Ties this one up. Layla Green returning for another serve. She has been the impact player for the team today. Let's see if she can keep it up. Another point there, a little confusing point. The officials called one, I believe, a net error on the Trojans. Layla Green for another serve. And that one was just a little too much on it from Natalie Steele. Lauren Drahota, the awareness. She did exactly what she needed to do from that right side of the court, as the Trojans just weren't able to respond. Now we've got the student section over Washington making some noise as their team leads 8-4 over the Trojans. Demons up for their fourth serve in the row. Good dig there. Leighton Messenger. Good save by the Trojans. And there's a point on the board for number 53, Elise Setterstrom, for the Trojans to stop that run that Washington was on. In the first set, Washington took a lead like that, and they just ran away with the game. Good dig and save there by Leighton Messenger. Good block there for Washington. Met her right at the net. And Leighton Messenger puts another one on the board. The Demons lead 9-5 over the Trojans. Want to add a special shout out to our friends over there at Fairway Meat and Grocery in Washington for their support of our live broadcast. You're watching Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Demons lead 10-5 here in the second set. Good dig there and saved by Ellie Farmer. Kendall Conway get that one right over the net. Good save there. And that one just out of bounds. She wanted to keep it inbound. I can tell she wanted to keep that one inbound. That was a point needed for the Trojans to get back into this game and rally back as they trail 6 points now. Oh, good. And the second kill of the game for Elise Setterstrom, playing that left side of the net. Now the student section for Washington is well and alive here as we get a serve from Mallory Wiggle. Leighton Messenger again. She has made an impact here in this second set, showing up when it mattered and when we needed them to. As we got Lily Brown and Taylor Mix checking in the game. Lily Brown to serve. Another error made for the Trojans. That one by Maddie Martin. Just couldn't get it over the net there. Lily Brown to serve. And she put that right into the middle setter. The setup. Taylor Mix won at that point there. We got a bit of a rally. And Reagan Miller just softly touches that one right over the net. Demons lead 8 points, 14-6, as we have a timeout for our guest in the building, the Trojans. We've got to wonder what's going through the head of head coach Nick Rebling as he talks to his team. They cannot afford to go down 2-0. That one does not look like it's going to go in their favor as they trail by 8 points. This is turning into the first set where Washington took a 10-point lead and did not look back. If you're Coach Aaron Six, I don't know if you see anything that's bad happening on your side. They've limited the errors, minimized them. And they are in control of this game, foot on the gas. As we got Lily Brown to serve for the Demons. Fairfield keeps trying to do that soft touch right over the net. It isn't working, but the defense showed up there as they get a point coming out of that timeout. Number 14, or number 24, my mistake, Isabel McCready in the libero jersey serving for the Trojans. Good save there. We have a net error. And a point goes to the Trojans. They are 2 points coming out of that timeout. Something said by Coach Nick Rebling and assistant coach Sarah Goodwin that's been in the favor of the Trojans coming out of that timeout. Oh, just a little too, The officials almost called that point there for Washington, but the point indeed went to the visiting team, the Fairfield Trojans. Isabel McCready to serve. Another error made by the Trojans as they give up a point to the Washington Demons, which kills their entire momentum coming out of that timeout. Ellie Farmer to serve. And saved by Ellie Farmer. She got right on the ground for that one. Elbows on the court just wasn't enough as the Trojans get a point, now trailing 5 points to the Demons. Just a little too much on that one from Leah Helmick, as it looked good coming out of her hands, but just a little right over the line, and the point goes to the Demons. Reagan Miller to set up and serve, and just way off on that one. Just needed to tone it back a little bit, but hey, the Demons have made minimal errors this game in comparison to what they did yesterday in their game against good set up there. Layla Green puts it right over the net. But another error made on the side of Washington, as the Trojans just trailing by 4, 16-12. Lexi missed to serve. Good way to get it back over the net, Ellie Farmer. And the defense is showing up for Washington, but just a miscommunication there as Ellie and Taylor Mish crash to the floor, trying to chase that ball out of bounds. Unfortunately, not able to keep it in play, as another point goes to the Trojans, and we have Lexi Mast ready to serve it up again. Got a bit of a rally here. This is a big play. And it goes to the Trojans as they are rallying and making a comeback, as they are now down 2 points, 16-14. The Washington Demons still have the lead. Let's see if they can hold on here, live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Both teams playing really hard here. As a point goes to Washington to, again, reduce that momentum. They need to keep their foots on the gas. Leighton Messenger checking back into the game. An attempt to close things out. We have Taylor Mish serving it up for the Demons. And Layla Green with an IQ play there, not allowing the ball to get over the net, just met it right there and put it right down to the ground. Demons 18-14. One strong push could end this set and lead the Demons 2-0 over the Fairfield Trojans. Out of bounds. This has been a story of errors for the Fairfield Trojans, as that's what's been keeping them out of the game. The Demons have minimized their errors from previous games, and today their foot is on the gas. And another IQ play by Layla Green, our highlight player of the game so far. She's shown up in the first set. She's showing up in the second set. And now we've got what I would like to call the boom squad in the game. Our 3 leading players in kills for the Demons. for the Demons, as they are now leading 21-14. Once just leading by 2 points, now up 7 as they just rallied and are ready to close out this second set here live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Timeout for the Trojans. For Aaron Six here, Coach Aaron Six, he's got to tell his ladies to keep their foot on the gas. Just close this one out, move on to the third set, and take this one home. They cannot afford to let up. It's looking good, but we saw that Fairfield can rally. Fairfield can make a comeback. But they just must minimize the errors. The errors have been their enemy today. Out of the timeout, we got Taylor Mix ready to serve it up for the Demons as they lead 21-14. And the momentum stays on the side of the Demons as they get another point coming out of the timeout. That one was just a little too much by Ellie Setterstrom as she tried to save it. She got down on the ground to dig that one up, but just couldn't, and it get out of bounds. Another point for the Demons. One of the first service errors we've seen almost all game coming from Taylor Mix as she subs out for Kendall Conway. 2 points until we are able to see the Demons lead 2-0. Can they do it? As they give another point to the visiting Trojans. 23-16, the Demons lead. You hear a lot of communication there on the court coming from both teams. Got a bit of a rally here. Both teams want it. And Lauren Drahota puts that one right over the net as the Demons are 1 point away from taking a 2-0 lead here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. You are watching Demons Volleyball as they are looking to end out this set and lead the match 2-0. A rare service error there by the Demons, as our star player of the day, Layla Green, checks out. Set up by Reagan Miller, which would look like the final point to end set number 2. Washington Demons 25, Trojans 17. You are watching Demon Volleyball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. That would take us out, and we'll see you guys for the third set.
Here at the Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Wow, first. Yes, read the bottom of the third. We talk on all over the world.
Out of There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page. Volleyball season has arrived, and Fairway sets all the savings all year long. With a variety of fall favorites and sports season must-needs, no one does it like Fairway. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
At First Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with First today and see why together is better.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience. The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kielder my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Welcome back to the Southeast Iowa Video Network, presented by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. The Demons taking set number 2, trying to win their 3rd game in a row against Fairfield. Reagan Miller gets things started with set number 3. It has been an impressive showing at home. Early big leads in both sets. Fairfield managed to cut the deficit a little bit after the 25-11 set number 1 to make it 25-17. But Washington winning that first point, Zeph, again on a hard-hit pass that goes to the back line and takes a deflection off of one of those Trojan back row players.
I think the Demons realize that they have the window to win the game now.
Will certainly be a test of their energy, skill, and will here. Given they just played 24 hours ago against Mid-Prairie, a very good team in the Golden Hawks. You know, you always think about, you know, how much is that game going to be on their mind? I mean, volleyball's a long season. There's a lot of matches. Mid-Prairie coming into that game, Zeph, I actually learned afterward, had not played a home game yet in that one. Their first home game's on Thursday. 10-0 all on the road, which is just wild. But 1-1 here. Washington trying to close this out. That's off the back wall. No play.
That's been our star tonight. Layla Green. She's been everywhere you've needed her to be. She's shown up. She's playing hard. She is playing really hard today. What a way to bounce back from last night's loss.
Taylor Mixwell serve hits that one into the net. That was something we didn't see, Zeph. I was down on the court getting photos for the paper. Didn't notice too many service errors by Washington. Another thing that seems to have been corrected. You know, I know you talked with Coach Aaron Six after that Mid-Prairie game. You can watch the replay of that on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. That's what he pointed to, was service errors, self-inflicted wounds. Cutting those down was going to be the key to not only competing in the SEC, but competing with the likes of state-ranked teams like Mid-Prairie.
That was one of those things we saw a lot of yesterday that Leighton Messenger just did. That soft touch right over the net, but inadvertently going the opposite way, not directly over the net, which confuses the defense. They aren't really able to stay on their feet, you know?
Yeah, some of those touch shots seem a lot more on point than they were yesterday. Obviously, the Golden Hawks, a good defense. It's worth noting as well, as you see there, Lauren Drahoda able to drop one down. She's been a strong presence on that right side.
Yes, she has.
It's worth noting, too, Zeph, to go back to a stat. I mean, this is a Mid-Prairie team that, kind of makes their living on offense. They're a good serving team. They land points in. They're not the strongest at the net defensively. They had just 11 total blocks coming in. That was the lowest mark in the SEC. Not too many team blocks at the net. They're not the tallest team. They obviously have plenty of good, talented players, especially creating points offensively.
I did notice that their leading blocker coming into this game had 3 blocks on the season, while ours had 21. And that number's definitely a lot higher. Layla has been at the net this game.
That one does take a deflection off of Green, who is in the back row in this rotation. Washington going to swap her out for the libero Farmer. Obviously want to keep Layla Green at the net as much as possible, but you're right, a very experienced middle blocker in Layla Green with her 21 blocks. Yeah, Bella Buckley and Faith Jones, who, Mid-Prairie or Fairfield rather relies so heavily on as their creator on offense, as the setter. She also has 3 blocks. That one goes down for Messenger, just all over the court tonight from Layla Messenger. Any shot, cross court, down the line.
If they were battling for who's going to be player of the game, I don't know. Layla Green has showed up everywhere, but Leighton Messenger, when you call her number, she is here to play every single time.
As the season goes, I have to try and keep stats as I commentate. I am not tonight, but yeah, it'll be interesting to look back and to see those balanced games. That has been the recipe against Fairfield for Washington in the past. It has been Green and Messenger. That's how it was in the SEC tournament first round when Washington won that 2-1, 14 kills for Messenger, 13 for Green. It was 12 for Green, 11 for Messenger in the 2024 regular season win. And it is those two again here. It's 6-4 Demons. That one hit into the net by Jaden Haynes.
Washington got a commanding lead, 7-4 right now.
Taylor Mitch, Lily Brown back into the game. Brown will go back to serve. Brown's made some nice contributions. Just her 9th start, or her 9th appearance today. No starts for the Demons, is kind of one of those off-the-bench seniors. Mentioned all the veterans that Fairfield has. Farmer digs that one over.
Back to that composure.
Up and just too much on it. That time didn't seem like it hit the right part of her hand there for Haynes. It was a good set by Faith Jones to get it behind her. Haynes kind of came around on that overlap, but not the placement she was looking for. And it's 8-4 Washington. Again, off to a strong start. Another reverse of a trend from the Mid-Prairie game. That one does get down, though, for Fairfield.
It was a good hit by Jaden Haynes here.
Maddie Martin coming back in. Mallory Wiggle in as well. She'll go back to serve. Both of these teams did lose some key players. Lily Burgeon left from Fairfield last year. She was an All-SEC first-teamer. Lost a lot of talent from Washington. There's the middle block working again. This time it's Addison Miller and Sarah Berto.
Although that second set, Fairfield showed a lot of signs of, just being able to get back into the game. And they aren't showing up this set.
And it's so difficult to do that when you lose that second set, to try and have the mental fortitude to crawl your way back in it, knowing the other team is just one set away from closing it out. They've already won 2, Washington. And they're hungry for more. Some of these hits just going a little wayward. It's 11-5 now to go back. I mean, Washington lost Lauren Henriksen, who led the team with 659 assists last year, another first-team All-SEC, but they brought the Player of the Year back in Messenger. Both these teams a ton of returners. Expect they'll be making noise in the SEC for the duration of the season, but it's Washington's fans making the noise right now. Hard hit by Layla Green. That one's going to carry too far that time for Maddie Martin. And Fairfield and Coach Vicki Riebling going to talk things over. She's in her 5th season. Again, look back at the history of these two teams. Fairfield 2024, they were 17-20. 2023 was kind of their year. They were 20-12, 8-1. They went in conference, reached the Class 3A division or Region 8 semifinals, nearly made it all the way to state. They kind of have a similar ambition this year with some of the talent they brought back. Washington, it's kind of the opposite. They're looking to build off a productive season last year. In 2023, they were 17-18. 2024, a little better. They were on the plus side of 500, but they went 9-1 in conference play and won the SEC tournament. And you're seeing, Zeph, a little bit of the same recipe, it feels like, for Coach Aaron Six. They're 4-7, but they're 1-0 in conference. They're half a set away from winning their second game in conference and being right there with the Fairfields, the Mount Pleasants, and Burlington, of course, as well in this league. Seems to be the approach of Coach Aaron Six to focus on the conference, play good teams in the non-con to kind of prepare them.
Yeah, strengthen your players. You only get better if you're playing against harder, tougher talent. And I'm not afraid. I'm not opposed to that.
Not at all.
Not opposed to that at all.
I think it's a strategy that can work at every level. The teams Washington has lost to this year have gone a combined 45-21. We watched a ranked team play them last game. They've played Clear Creek Amana twice, who is ranked number 1 in Class 4A.
Since we did report on last game, Washington didn't lose the game last night because they weren't the better team. They lost the game because of their errors. It wasn't because Mid-Prairie were just so good and just washing. No, they weren't sweeping them. No. Washington beat themselves. Now today, they've limited those errors and they're showing up and they have their foot on the gas and playing like the team that they know they are.
Yeah, it's definitely felt like a different kind of Demons team in terms of the mistake-free volleyball that you're talking about has shown up. It's 14-6 in set number 3. Reagan Miller serving. She's had to kind of take the mantle from Heinrichsen from last season as that lead setter. Washington gets a little bit more contribution from across the board. That's a nice kill there for Fairfield. I believe it was their leader, Natalie Steele, who got to that one first. That one off the net. Another point for the Trojans.
Met her right at the net. That was good defense for the Trojans.
Mistake-free volleyball, of course. Only mistake-free volleyball if you can only remember it as mistake-free volleyball if you close out the match. Farmer for Miller, floated over by Drahota. Nice dig there for Fairfield's Faith Jones. Miller back for Green. It's off the net, hammered. Mitch had to just dig it over. It was a tough angle and out of play, so...
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough.
3 straight points for the Trojans here. Faith Jones is serving.
Coming out of that timeout, too. That was a momentum shifter.
Coach Vicki Riebling, a veteran on that Fairfield sideline. Jones, an 89.5% serve efficiency. Reagan Miller over for Mix, off the blockers, and we've seen a stronger Trojans middle block play at the net here defensively. And it's 14-10, and certainly can't count this Fairfield team out. I think most would have been expecting a long-winded match that carried into well past 3 sets, and Fairfield trying to gather some momentum to ensure that happens. 5 straight unanswered points for the Trojans coming out of that timeout. And an illegal substitution that time. Gonna award another point, so there is one of those mistakes. 14-12 now. Still Jones at the service line for Fairfield. That one tapped up by Miller. It nearly stayed in on the deflection off the net. Good heads-up play by Reagan Miller, but couldn't direct it just enough. Just like that, it's a 1-point game. Washington gonna call timeout here. It's 14-13, and if you're Coach Six, you're in this game. You've taken 2 sets off of your conference rival in a match that's expected to go a long way. Fairfield certainly seems like they have the stamina left to turn this around in set number 3. What's the message here for Coach Six?
I was going to lean on that. Maybe we're starting to see our team get winded. With playing a tough team last night, they had to give it their all. They came out today really strong, really aggressive, foot on the gas. Maybe they just dialed it back a little bit, and maybe Coach needs to let them know, hey, we're right here at the finish line. Close out the game.
And certainly hear plenty of energy from Fairfield and can see it just in their huddles.
They need to find that second win.
Students behind the Washington bench trying to give it to them. Fairfield, to their credit, nearly every point they're getting pretty animated, pretty excited, no matter how far they're down in the set. This is not a team that gives up on itself. They have to be beaten, and they're trying not to be in set 3. But Reagan Miller to Taylor Mix, that one too wide. And we are all knotted up at 14 apiece. Set number 3, Fairfield and Washington. Southeast Iowa Video Network presented by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Reagan Miller. There for Lauren Drahota. It's off the blockers and a much-needed point for Washington. Lauren Drahota gets it for the Demons.
Making sure they communicate with the officials that time on the substitution. Don't want to give up another point because of something like that.
Yeah, volleyball, one of those sports, as that serve drops in for Taylor Mix.
Good ace. Great momentum shift right there.
And stacking up the aces is going to be a welcome sign for Washington. You had to go back to the subbing thing. Volleyball, one of the most strict sports when it comes to those substitutions. You obviously have the libero, can only swap with one player, and yeah, you can be dinged points. There's no warnings. It's, you have to make your subs clear, and you'll lose points if you sub incorrectly. Refs are going to talk about this one. The initial call looked like it went to Washington from the judge there on the stand, and he's going to award it to Fairfield.
This one's going to be close.
Believe it'll be deemed that Washington...
The student sections are alive now.
Believe it'll be deemed that Washington touched the net. Kendall Conway, the junior, back in. Conway, notable into this game, was not listed on the roster in 2024. The new face has been a bench contributor this year. Lexi Mast serving for Fairfield. Dug up by Messenger and down by Green, but out of play. And Fairfield with some momentum here. Tied up again.
So the first person to get on the run is going to win this set. The first team to get on the run.
Miller for Messenger. It rolls off the top of the net. Can't be dealt with. Some home cooking on the net for Washington that time. Takes a weird bounce. Good to see Natalie Steele, who was over there trying to deal with it, had a chuckle afterwards. Sometimes you just got to shrug a point like that off. But for Leighton Messenger, she will certainly take it. And it could be a big one, 17-16. Over for Steele. Dug up that time by Conway. Over for Drahota. Nice dig that time by Mast. And kept alive by Fairfield.
Looked like a bit of a disconnection.
Miller trying to set up Messenger off the hands of Faith Jones. And Washington goes up 2.
The closer is here. Leighton Messenger has arrived.
Go back to that point she just had where it hits off the net. That got Washington the serve back. Normally can be a bit of a struggle point, but has been decent today through 2+ sets. Green keeps it going that time with a successful serve. Hard hit shot is dug up by Reagan Miller. That one's near the net, and meeting in the middle that time was Leah Helmlich and Miller, and Miller won the battle.
You got credit to Fairfield, though. They've come out this third set ready. They're not letting Washington run away anymore.
I think it was Drohoda actually on that far side, but nevertheless 19-16 Washington trying to close. If they win another point, you wonder if Fairfield maybe thinks about taking its second time out of the set. Messenger, that one is denied. Over there was Elise Shetterstrom and Natalie Steele. The two of them have made what few blocks Fairfield have mustered in this set. Most have come on that right side of Fairfield. Usually the two of them have been the ones up at the net to get them. Steele will go back to serve. Reagan Miller set behind her for Drohoda off the net. Just like that, it's 19-18.
We might be looking at a back and forth.
A third set.
Wants it more.
A third set that's feeling like a fifth here.
Yeah, for sure.
Fairfield trying to push this match. Steele's service is right into the net.
You don't want that, not in this point in the game. That's big.
Natalie Steele has 8 aces on the year and a 91.7% serve efficiency. That is an uncharacteristic moment for her. As
if Washington runs away now, you're gonna look back at that right there to be the difference maker.
Carries Miller and Addison Miller into the game for the Demons. Drohoda took a rest, so did Reagan Miller. That one into the net again.
Yeah, that momentum. They had the momentum on the comeback there, and that might have just done it.
Shows how big an error can potentially be, especially from the service line. Karis Miller just carefully dropping that one in play. Addison Miller digs that one out and is put immediately back down, though, by Leah Helmick. Nice heads-up play there to get the service back for Fairfield. Iris Lane back into the game.
Let's see if they can rally. Fairfield still has a chance to extend this game here.
Elise Setterstrom will sit. Ellie Farmer. Miller over for Messenger, just floats that one over. It's saved initially, has to just be dug over by Jones. Karis Miller for Leighton Messenger, off the blockers and out. Point for Washington.
It comes down to strength in that moment, you know, because the blockers could have denied that, or they could have missed the block all entirely and the ball goes out of bounds. But the strength of Leighton Messenger is what got it over there.
Messenger takes a break. Lily Brown into the game. Taylor Mitch in as well. And this is the moment where Fairfield is going to use its last timeout. Feels like probably the right time to call it if you are Coach Vicki Riebling.
Yeah.
22-19.
They're
Washington
down
up.
3, and Washington is 3 away. So the momentum is what we have to lean on to get this game closed out.
Notable Leighton Messenger, Washington's best offensive player, checking out of the game. Obviously going to try and maybe go with a more defensive lineup just to keep the rhythm. We've seen Fairfield make some mistakes, particularly along their back line tonight. We'll see if Washington just tries to keep things in control. You have to, of course, find that balance of doing that while not taking your foot completely off the gas. This is a Fairfield team, of course, offensively that can take advantage.
I think Coach Six knows that when he needs to put Leighton and or Layla Green back in the game, he will. But now, you got to lean on defense.
That one just has to be dug over by Fairfield. Lily Brown for Miller, and a bit of a missed time on that one by Addison Miller and Lily Brown. We have a injured player down for Fairfield. It's Leah Helmick. Staff will check on her. Helmick, a junior, will step aside briefly while they attend to Leah Helmick.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Back now with Washington up 22-20 here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Leah Helmick did sub herself out of the game, got up under her own power as Fairfield wins a point back with the serve. It's 22-21 here in this third set, so hopefully good news on Leah Helmick first and foremost. Seems like she was relatively okay, at least able to make her way out and sub out of this game, but more importantly, the Trojans trying to get to this fourth set. It's the closest one of the match so far. Washington is 2-0 up. That one is too wide by Mitch. We are knotted up, Zeph, at 22 apiece.
Here comes the closer, Leighton Messenger, subbing back into the game.
Messenger and Mitch both at that back line of Washington, along with Ellie Farmer. Veteran crew over there, but Farmer mishits that one.
That's rare. She's one of the most composed players on the court, so.
Not one to make too many errors, the libero Ellie Farmer. And now Washington's going to use its last timeout, down 23-22, trying to close this out. I will say again, some credit should go to Fairfield for their energy throughout these sets. You know, being down on the court in that second set, every point, and it wasn't super close overall, but every point they won, they were bringing it together, getting excited. Obviously, the student section, you can hear them stopping. That's the Fairfield student section. They've been into it, so they are not one, once again, to be beaten and roll over and give up on a game, on a match. And they're right in this here, trying to force it to a fourth set. And at that point, the momentum will be all with the visitors. Coach Aaron Six trying to get his team locked in to make sure that doesn't happen. And on cue, a service error.
Can't afford those in this moment in the game.
Mallory Wiggle hits it too long and ties this at 23.
Looks like we got the boom squad in the game now.
It's two timely errors in this third set for Fairfield. That one dug off the net. Hit over by Maddie Martin.
Saved by Taylor.
Nice dig by Taylor. Mix, that one too far though on the cross court. Spiked that time by Addison Miller. And Fairfield is a point away from sending this to a fourth set. Miller is going to check out for Reagan Miller. So a Addison for Reagan substitution. 24-23.
Here we go.
The libero Isabel McCready to serve. Dug up just right back over by Mitch. Jones over on the outside for Martin. It's too wide.
I called it. I said we're going to go to a final point.
Well, it'll be a final two. Got to win by 2 in this third set for Washington. 24-24.
Right.
Reagan Miller to serve. Dug up by Jones. Far side blocked by Washington. Layla Green over there with Lauren Drahota. Reagan Miller. Ellie Farmer digs it over for Mix, who missed it.
That was tough.
Ellie Farmer had to dig it. She did a good job to, almost make it like a set pass. And Mix just mistimed it. And again, it's set point Fairfield. Jones to serve. Mitch. Reagan Miller gives it to Layla Green, who puts it down.
Layla Green Coming up clutch is what we call that.
A couple of big high fives, a good exchange between Green and Miller. That is exactly what you want. So back knotted up at 25. 2 more points required to win. Miksch serves. The dig over and dropped in. Nice play that time by Elise Setterstrom, who's back in the game. Just dropped that one over, and the blockers weren't quite in the right spot for Washington. And for a third time, Fairfield has set point. Lexi Mast to serve. Ireland Cranston into the game, I believe for the first time tonight.
I was going to say, I
for
think this
Fairfield.
is her first time checking in.
Cranston,
Gotta
just
wonder.
a sophomore, only 3 appearances, or her 3rd appearance of the season. Mast to serve. Miksch digs. Miller sets. Strahota puts it down. Having to dive for it is Jones. Trying to save it is Setterstrom, and she does. Miller for Green. Saved again by Fairfield. Setterstrom gets it over. Farmer digs it for Strahota, just has to place it.
He's got to rally.
McCready over for Cranston. Reagan Miller. Farmer digs over for Messenger, off the blockers and dug up by McCready. Back for Setterstrom. Blocked at the net by Washington, just set over quickly by Jones. Miller for Messenger, off the net and down, and Fairfield has done it in set 3. They take it 27-25, and don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to a set 4. We've got a good one at Washington High School. Demons and Trojans, Washington with a 2-1 lead. We'll take a break, come back with set number 4 here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, presented by Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Here at the Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day,
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
while always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Wow, person. Yes, read the bottom of the third. We talk on all over the world.
Out of There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page. Volleyball season has arrived, and Fairway sets all the savings all year long. With a variety of fall favorites and sports season must-needs, no one does it like Fairway. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
At First Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with First today and see why together is better.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience. The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Welcome back to Washington High School, the site of set number 4 between the Washington Demons and the Fairfield Trojans. You're watching the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. A special shout out as well to Dave and his crew at Fairway Meat and Grocery in Washington for their support of our live streaming broadcast. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker L. Zeph, did you take a deep breath? Did you reset yourself after what was a thrilling third set rather? Washington dropping it to Fairfield, having to regroup after taking a 2-0 set lead. The Demons didn't give it away necessarily. Fairfield, to their credit, went out and took it. And now we're in set number 4. It feels kind of like a whole new ballgame now.
It does.
Fairfield gets things started with the first serve for the first time tonight. Could that change their fortunes? It's been Washington that has gotten out to early leads in all 3 sets. And obviously that third one, Fairfield able to ultimately erase it, but it required a gritty effort to do that. We'll see if they can get off to a stronger start. Another long first point here, just like the first set. And Mix, another mistimed shot. Kind of a tough one in no man's land. She was at that 10-foot line, not as close to the net as she's probably used to, and just under hit that one. So it is 1-0 to the Trojans. We're underway in set number 4. Fairfield needs a set to tie this up. If Washington can regroup and take it, they will win this match, improve to 2-0 in conference play. Mitch, again, off the net.
Save.
Combination with the blockers as well.
Net violation.
Believe so, called that time on Washington. So there is a quick 2-0 advantage for Fairfield. A different look here to this third set. We saw Mid-Prairie do this against Washington. They got the serve, they got out to a lead.
They did.
And they held on to it. Mix just had to dig that one over. Right back over and tap down. And that is just too easy for the best blocker on this Washington team.
Layla Green's been right there every play. That's almost why we went to such a close ending, because she was not going to go down without a fight.
Supremely talented player. She was a first-team All-SEC player as a sophomore. Led this team in blocks, had 176 kills. So it doesn't come as a total shock, and Washington wins that back after that pass too far and goes over the service line. Reagan Miller will serve. 85.7% serve efficiency. That's one of the better marks on this Washington team, but once again, the commentator's jinx comes into play as I say that right into the net, and a service error for the Demons.
That's tough because I don't think they had one at all in that last set. I think they went that last set. All the serves went right over the net.
It's been limited this game, or this match rather, compared to the one against Mid-Prairie. Lexi masked to deal. Of course, Fairfield had some timely service errors that kind of kept Washington alive. That one just hammered over the net. And 3-3.
It's going to be awesome to see how many kills Layla Green came out of this game with. As she walked in with 55, and she's well above that 65% mark right now, or that 65 kill mark right now.
Jones over for Natalie Steele. That's the best combination for this Fairfield team. Steele, a team leading 55 kills herself coming into this one. And it's a different look, Zeph, you talked about it. Washington has Leighton Messenger, who's kind of the out-and-out alpha in terms of offense with her 70-plus kills this season. Obviously coming in Natalie Steele with 55, but it's more of a by-committee effort for Fairfield. They have a couple players in the 40s. And the blockers doing some damage that time for Fairfield. That's a promising sight for Coach Riebling. Bella Buckley and Jaden Haynes combining. 5-3 Trojans. Steele to serve that one too deep.
The errors are coming into play. That's 2 service errors so far for the Trojans.
You know, I'd like to pick the brain of either one of these coaches. If you're going to get a service error, do you prefer to miss, I think of it like a basketball shot, do you prefer to miss long or do you prefer to miss short into the net? I would think probably missing deep because you have the more likelihood of an ace, but Fairfield makes it a 6-4 game after Washington.
Their defense at that net is showing up right now.
And that's big news for Fairfield. Team that has not been strong at the net this season in terms of that defense. Mentioned it already there. Only 3 solo blocks coming into this game for the entire team. 11 total. Mast couldn't get that one to a teammate.
You gotta wonder, when Leighton Messenger subbed out that last game, that's when things started to get a bit rocky. And it got a little too close, which allowed the Trojans to pull away. Maybe she tries her best to stay in as long as she can this set.
Yeah, having to stay in the right rotations is crucial for both of these coaches. That one's hit too hard. Nice communication by the teammates of Kendall Conway that time.
It's
very easy to, see ball, hit ball, but Conway pulls back at the right time. And
IQ.
Makes it 6-6. That one dropped well over the net. Nice dig by McCready.
Good save.
Poked down at the net smartly that time by the junior Jaden Haynes. You talk about a player like Layla Green, who's a talented junior for Washington. Haynes as well for Fairfield, 119 kills last year. She's a consistent starter for this team. Back to serve now, Mallory Wiggle. Senior defensive specialist. 60 digs coming into this game for her. There's another one.
Good hit by Reagan Miller.
And diving for it was Karis Miller and Ellie Farmer. Neither could get there, though. And it's 8-6 Fairfield. Wiggle. Farmer. Karis Miller for Messenger. That gets by the blockers and drops in. And Messenger, no celebration on that point. All business to make it 8-7.
All business.
Taylor Miksch back in.
She knows the game was in their hands last set. She couldn't hold on to that lead.
Messenger. Serves that one. Farmer for Miksch. Floats it over. It's kept in by Fairfield. Miksch tried to block it. And a bit of an all-over-the-place point at the net there. Miksch missed on a couple of reaches for the ball at the net. And Fairfield able to just sneak it over. And will win their 9th point here of set number 4. The libero, Isabel McCready, serves, all SEC honorable mention player last year. Was a defensive specialist.
What a hit on Reagan Miller.
Hard by Reagan Miller, well dug by Fairfield. Karis Miller drops that one past McCready, or right in front of her, I should say. And it's felt, I feel like, how we expected it to feel in this 4th set. You got to a point where Fairfield went on their run, cut the lead, and then it was back and forth from there, and it's continued here. Both of these teams not really going on runs so much as just trading points. And it's 9-9.
And it seems as though the only time the ball swaps sides is on an error. So are we indeed tied? Going to have a tied-up game later on as they reach that 24-25 point mark.
Both of these teams have tried to limit mistakes in different ways today. There is the middle blocker.
The leading blocker, we shall say, Layla Green. Another one.
Farmer trying to get Washington on a little run. Can they separate themselves, the Demons? Miksch couldn't work that one back over at the net. And it rolls off or out of play for a Fairfield point. Bella Buckley back into the game for the Trojans. Faith Jones serving. Karis Miller down hard by Layla Green. And that continues to be a well-tapped well for Washington.
She is strong in that middle point right there. She's playing both sides of the ball. She's playing defense and she's playing offense.
Up and down by Steele, and she comes right back at Washington with a powerful point of her own, Natalie Steele. Can certainly do that as a middle hitter like Green. Lexi Mass serving again. Farmer for Miller for Green. Dug up well by Mass. Flicked over by Jones, and Farmer couldn't get there. Really nice dig that time by Lexi Mass. That time equal to the Layla Green kill shot attempt. Hard hit by Drahota. Another good dig by Mast. Up by McCready, over by Bella Buckley. Miller for Miksch. It's off the net again, and just a couple of points there for Taylor Mix. Just miss hits off of that left-hand side.
You got to wonder, is that a little bit of a weak side for her? She hasn't been able to get the ball over the net in that point.
Needs to get just a little bit more in control. It's 13-11 Fairfield. That one's dug up well by Washington. Over and down.
Another dig
by Fairfield. Setterstrom. Miller just has to get it back over. McCready up and down by Buckley and tapped around, and a point for the Demons, or for the Trojans rather. Was mishit by the Demons. And Mast still at the controls. A little bit of a run here for Fairfield now. 3 up here in this 4th set, trying to force a 5th. Miksch for Miller. Farmer just has to float it over. Mast gives it to Jones, sets it for Setterstrom, but that is too deep for Elise Setterstrom. Setterstrom, very efficient player though for this Fairfield team normally. 247 mark is the best on the team. She had 110 kills last season, which was 3rd among Trojan players. So again, it just goes into how deep their offense is. Washington trying to get back in this. That one just squeaks under the hands of Miksch, and it's 15-12. Demons need an answer here. Miksch gonna take a break for Kendall Conway.
You gotta wonder, is Washington getting winded?
And you're seeing kind of the same mid-set lull that you saw last set. As Fairfield hits it over with Buckley, or down that time for a point. Rather, it was Natalie Steele serving. Got things going well for Fairfield. Washington wins the point back. 15-13 Trojans. Dropped home that time. There is the placement by Setterstrom.
A little bit of a student war going on.
Yeah, a couple of Fairfield Trojans snuck over to the Washington side. I'm not sure what they did over there, but it triggered a little bit of a stir. They're back now. They snuck back around to their fellow Trojan student section. It's 16-13. Miller sets it up. Hard hit by Drahota, and that's going to win a point for Washington. Lauren Drahota.
We are setting ourselves up for a repeat of the 3rd set.
Sure seems that way, as Drahota's going to check out after winning that point for Karis Miller. Some condensation on the playing surface being cleared off. Up and down by Setterstrom and blocked at the net. Combination of Messenger and Sarah Berto. And give Sarah Berto some credit as well. 3 blocks heading into that Mid-Prairie game. She's looked good at the net as well when Layla Green hasn't been in there, combined with Messenger a few times today. It's 16-15. Can Washington tie this up with a run of their own? Miller for Reagan Miller. Nice dig that time, but dropped home. And there again is Sarah Berto.
You know, it's got to be phenomenal for Aaron Six that he's able to sub his players the way he can and still get the same results. It's almost like he's got the same player on the court, just a different number jersey.
Karis Miller to serve again. We are tied at 16. New volleyball game deep in set number 4, but Fairfield wins that point back, sneaking it by the blockers that time. I believe it might have been Setterstrom again. She got a hand on it. Could have also been Jaden Haynes. They were both there. Setterstrom and Mast going to come out. Some good play for them to get Fairfield that lead. But it's now 1 point with Wiggle serving. Farmer digs over for Reagan Miller. It rolls across the top of the net. Set back over and up by Karis Miller for Leighton Messenger. And that's about as automatic as you're going to get if you're Washington.
Yeah. She does that.
Taylor Miksch coming back in.
Let's see if she needed that breather to revamp her energy for the game. It's a great serve.
Dug up and over. Nice save by Farmer to get to it. Just having to dig it over is Messenger. He's playing in the back. Quick set and over for Fairfield. They've only tried that a few times tonight. Washington sniffs that one out. Up and down hard, though, for Jaden Haynes. She's found some answers. Had a quiet first 2 sets, has come alive in the last 2. Takes a break for the other talented middle hitter, Natalie Steele. The libero, Isabel McCready, to serve. Junior was an All-SEC honorable mention last year. Has to play like it for Fairfield to try and force this 5th set. Mix lofts that one over. Nice dig by Messenger in the back line. Has to just place it from deep. And couldn't get to that one, however, as Maddie Martin, another name who's been relatively quiet for Fairfield, but the senior can come alive. And the number 3 jersey for the Trojans getting it done.
She walked into this game with 45 kills, so she's a sleeper.
McCready to deal, 19-17. Fairfield trying to capture some more momentum, take this to a 5th set. Mix takes it for Karis Miller. A little bit of a miscommunication. Reagan Miller still gets it over for Washington. Hard again by Maddie Martin. Quickly hit over by Karis Miller. Steele tries to sneak it by the Washington middle blockers. Mish goes with power and is going to win a point.
That's what she needed. That's a momentum shifter right there for Mitch.
It was indeed, and I'm actually not sure with the way that ball was carrying. It was a diving effort by the libero McCready to get there. That is her duty. Not sure if that would have maybe carried out for Fairfield. They've had a couple that have been fairly obviously going deep that they've chosen to hit. Mix goes hard that time. Hit toward the sideline and dug over brilliantly by McCready. Washington keeping alive. There's Layla Green. That's out. And a heads-up play by Isabel McCready is capitalized after the miss hit by Green.
She definitely saved him there.
Faith Jones now serving. It's 20-18. Washington Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, presented by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Can't even get through the read, and Layla Green's won another point for the Demons.
Yeah, she's one to make an error and bounce right back. Bounce right back.
Lauren Drahota back in, so you have Drahota, Mix, and Green all at the net. Messenger is in as well. That is the top 4 leaders in kills for Washington. The libero Farmer out there, as well as the best setter on this team in Reagan Miller. The A team out there for the Demons. 19-20, there's Mix, hard hit, and down. Couldn't do enough to dig it to a teammate.
That's 3
Faith
for
Jones.
her. 3 for her so far coming off the bench. Whatever Coach Aaron Six told her, it's working.
20-20. Washington trying to close this out with Reagan Miller, one of their better servers, behind the service line. Faith Jones to steal. Reagan Miller for Drahota off the blockers. Dug up well that time, but unable to get to it is Fairfield. 21-20 Demons.
We're back into this mode. This clutch. Every point counts. Every point matters, I mean.
And I almost forgot to this point because it has been so back and forth. Both teams still have both their timeouts. Fairfield's going to use one here. Probably a smart place to do it. Washington 4 points away from closing this match out. They would improve to 2-0 in the SEC if they do it. They have a break as well after this, so back to games on back-to-back days. They don't play until September 15th. They're back at home against Pella Christian, so a non-conference game. You can watch that here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, so would be certainly sweet to enjoy that time off with a win over your conference rival. But for Fairfield, Zeph, they're certainly not out of this. You've seen plenty of fight from them. They are not going to roll over in these last few points.
They're not. But what Washington needs to do is keep their foot on the gas, lean on their go-to players.
Reagan Miller, too deep and out of the gate.
That is what they can't have.
Snake bite service error for the Demons. Ties us as 21, gives the controls back to Lexi Mast, who herself, when compared to her other Trojans, only an 82.7% serve efficiency on the year, but she's been solid in that regard tonight at getting some of those serves in. Rolls that one off the net, gets a Fairfield bounce. Washington heads up play to keep it alive. Up and down hard that time by Setterstrom. Elise Setterstrom has had some big points for Fairfield.
They've been when they mattered. Her points have been when they mattered. So,
yeah, big points indeed for Elise Setterstrom. The Trojan fans trying to get the wave going over there. Just setting the scene as Mast goes again. That one was going deep. Farmer dug it out. Green just hits it over. Fairfield looking for another point. Steele. Drahota for Miller for Miksch. Nice dig to keep it alive that time by McCready. Over by Setterstrom. Farmer gets it to the hand of Lauren Drahota, who ties this up at 22, and Washington back in control. And it's Miksch back there serving. Farmer and Reagan Miller ahead of her at the net. Messenger, Green, and Drahota.
Great serve.
Over by Steele, blocked at the net. Dug up and unable to be saved by Setterstrom.
I'm noticing something. When Washington hits towards Setterstrom, though she's a good player when it comes down offensively, defensively she's a liability. She isn't able to react fast enough. If the Demons notice that, they could close this game out.
Trying to right now, 23-22 Washington. There's Setterstrom on the attack, punched over by Messenger, and down hard by Natalie Steele. Great placement on that shot to just react to Messenger. It was the initial hard hit pass by Setterstrom. Messenger had no choice but to just parry it back over the net, and Steele right there to hammer it home. We are back knotted up. Natalie Steele at the controls. 8 aces coming into this game for Natalie Steele. Both teams trying to lock in Messenger!
And she is the closer that they need. 1 point away.
Demon student section has been on their feet all game. They're the loudest they're going to be as Layla Green steps up to serve for the match. 24-23. Green, dug up by McCready, goes right toward the net and hits off the post.
The win.
And that will do it.
Layla
Washington
Green
takes it 3-1 over Fairfield. What a performance by both teams in those last
Phenomenal.
2 sets. A chant from the Demons as Washington wins their 3rd in a row over Fairfield.
If there was
25-23 in that 3rd set.
If there was anyone who needed to close that out, it was Layla. She had the game. She had everything on lock. Blocks, kills, and that final serve was just the cherry on top. She gets player of the game from me.
Once again, your final 25-23. We'll send it to a quick break. Come back with the Community First post-game show here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Zeph will speak with the winning coach, Aaron 6. That will do it once again, your final. Washington beats Fairfield 3-1.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Here at The Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Wow, version. Yes, read the bottom. We talk on all over the world.
Out of There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page. Volleyball season has arrived, and Fairway sets all the savings all year long. With a variety of fall favorites and sports season must-needs, no one does it like Fairway. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
At First Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with First today and see why together is better.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience. The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kielder my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets.
For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Here at the Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Wow, version. Yes, green the bottom of the third. We talk on over the out of.
There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get.
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page.
And we are back with the Community First post-game show. I am Zeph Walker L here with our star player of the game, Layla Green. How does it feel? You were everywhere, all over the floor. Blocks, kills, sets, assisting. You are the star player of this game in my eyes. Great game. Tell me, when you guys were down and they needed points and they needed someone that stayed composed, that can bring that energy, what was going through your mind to make that comeback and win this game?
Honestly, I would just say, making sure I bring up my team when we do get bad points, because it's going to happen. Mistakes happen. But when we were down, you kind of get down, but I know, I can bring them back up by, just being there for them. And, when we do get points, I try and be, as loud as I can, because I feel like it helps bring energy. And if you don't have energy or, a good team bond, then it's kind of hard to, push, especially when you're in a hole. So trying to get out of that hole is just trying to keep that energy and make sure everyone's in a good mood.
On that third set, you guys had the lead. Fairfield made a really strong comeback. Really good team, Fairfield. What came down to what we thought was one of the best sets we've seen this season from you all against Fairfield. What was going through your mind entering that fourth set, knowing that you had to close it out?
I was just thinking, if we want to get to conference champions again, like we were last year, what do we need to do and how are we going to do it? Because a fourth set is really important. If we get tied, you go into a fifth and everyone's tired by then, and who knows who has more energy. So just trying to make sure we play smart but also aggressive, because that can just help you stay in the game. Because hitting is super important, but if you don't have that mental state there to get a good pass, get a good set, get blocks in, hitting's not gonna do all that much. So going into the fourth was just trying to make sure that we can get conference champions.
You talked a lot about that mental. This is a back-to-back. You guys have a week off. How are you going to prepare for next week's game?
We have practice every day until then. I don't think we have a tournament this weekend, so that'll give us time to rest and rejuvenate, come back together. But we'll have lifting practices, making sure that we are ready for the next game. Mentally back there, physically too, making sure we can come up with more plays, more trick plays, serving, all that kind of stuff, just to make sure we're ready for next week.
Well, I'm Zeph Walker L with the Community First post-game show, and that was Layla Green, one of the stars for the game. Thank you so much, Layla. Thank you. We're going to get Coach Aaron Six over here in a sec on the Community First live on the post-game show.
Here at the Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Flowers. Yes, read the bottom. We talk on all over the world.
There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page.
And we are back with the Community First post-game show live on the Southeast Iowa Sports Network. Live here with Coach Aaron Six. Tough game. 4 sets. How does it feel to pull that one out?
It's a good win. Definitely one. Didn't go exactly how we had planned it to go. I give a lot of credit to Fairfield for their toughness on defense. They're just scrappy, keep the ball in play, and there were several balls that we had that should have been down that they were able to keep it alive, and just kudos to them on their efforts. And I was pleased with the girls to, kind of shore things up at the end there and not make it go into 5.
Off of a back-to-back, yesterday's loss was tough. We saw a lot of adjustments, especially on the error side. Minimalized errors this game. Almost little to none. What went through the conversations and the coaching to lead to the victory this game?
Well, that was one of our conversations, that we just need to be mentally ready to go with things. And, we knew that they were going to be a scrappy team and that they beat, opponents by making the other team make errors. And so we needed to play error-free as much as possible, and I thought we did a nice job with that. I thought our serving was much better tonight than it was last night. I thought Layla Green had an exceptional night, was all over the place on the block, and then offensively, just put down a couple of cannons. So that was great to see.
You touched on Layla Green. We just got through interviewing her. Great game. I personally said she was the star highlight player of the game everywhere. What did she mean to the team when those clutch moments and the plays needed to be made? She closed out the game. So,
she's one that has the ability to do that, to take over a game, with her play. And, there was a lot of times I, talked to the setters to feed her as much as possible. If we have a good ball, set or pass to the middle, let's look at getting her the ball as much as possible. She's just done a great job for us, all year with things, and, kind of put it on her shoulders and took it for the win.
Well, you got 1 week off. Got to get some rest. That back-to-back can be tough. But this was a conference win, a win against a rival that's had the school's number for the history. But we're looking to change that trajectory. What are your thoughts as you just picked up this conference rival win and looking to change that trajectory for the future?
Well, I think that's one where we have to come in every night, be ready to play. There's nobody in the conference that's just going to roll over on you. So you have to be ready to play no matter who it is. And, it's great to have their number the last couple of years. And, we just need to continue to build on that and stay aggressive with things.
Thank you so much for your time, Coach Six. Great game. Have a week off. Enjoy that. That was all for the Iowa Community First post-game show. I'm Zeph Walker-Ill, live here on the Iowa Southeast Sports Network.